Om Sadashiva-samarambham Shankaracharya-madhyamam Asmadacharya-paryantam Vande Guru-paramparam. Om Sahanavavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sah Veerakaravavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma Vishwavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Om Tat Sat. Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Tat Sat, Om Namah Shivaya.
So last week we studied about Upadis. Now we are going to have a little revision. So what is a Upadi? What is an Upadi? Anybody can tell in simple words.
What is our limited adjuncts?
Limiting adjuncts. Okay. Anybody else? Good answer. There are some other words also which I used.
It's Nam Rupa.
In other words, limiting adjuncts. Somebody defined. So it is conditioners, a conditioning. Okay. A limiting factor. Okay. So Nama Rupa is a limiting factor. So somebody said limiting adjunct. Any example of Upadi?
Mind, body.
Body and our mind. Why they are limited?
They are anatma. They are anatma.
They are anatma, right? But why it is limited?
They're limited in time, limited in space.
Good. It is limited in time, and limited in space, and limited in object also. We saw three limitations: Vastu, Kala, and object, time, and space. So they are limited because we confine ourselves. A pot is a Upadi. A clay is not a Upadi. Because cloth is bound by that particular object, shape, form, name, and that particular space and particular time. Similarly, our body is also depends upon the name and form. Depending upon the name, form, we call it fat, lean, tall, thin, whatever it is. And call it a man or woman. Okay. There is a limitation. It's all limit. And we believe that this is the reality. So they make us to believe when we see a pot, we normally tend to forget what?
It is made of clay.
Clay. We tend to forget clay. We don't see clay in that. What we see is only the pot, beautiful pot, colored pot, and what is the use and size and all that we check. But for a jnani, it is only. So when we go and buy a gold ornament, we are attracted. We are attracted by its shining color, the shape, the name. But what we forget? We forget that it is only
Metal.
a gold. So for a jnani, it does not make any difference. So because of these limiting adjuncts, upadis, we forget the reality. They tend to mislead us. They make us to forget the reality. It is applicable to all the ignorant people, ajnanis. So when we realize the truth only, we see that this is nothing but anatma. This is nothing but clay. This is nothing but gold. A jnani who is equated to a goldsmith. So when we take last week we discussed, when we take an ornament to the goldsmith, a jeweler, what he sees only the gold. It may be in your family generation for five generations, but it has become very old, out of fashion. So you want to make it, but there are certain sentimental values attached to it. Does it change the value to a goldsmith? No. When he melts that ornament, it becomes only a metal, pure gold. So he assesses that. So all the values that we attach, all the sentimental values, all the generational values, everything is only delusional or illusional. It is applicable to you only, to the person who owns or owned the jewelry. Okay, these are the limitations of the problems caused by upadhis. If you go beyond the body mind, what is the big upadhi? Another big upadhi?
Mind, right?
Body, mind, sense complex. We have gone beyond. Now, what is another thing? Yes, please. You can tell. There is no right or wrong answer. Whatever you understood, you can tell. There is no need to hesitate. Nobody is going to laugh at you, or it only just testing the understanding what we have. So at the VST level, we have said body, mind, sense complex. At the Samashti level, all of you have done Tattva Bodha, isn't it?
Prapancha.
Prapancham. Excellent. So at VST level, it is our body, mind, sense complex. At the Samashti level, at the macro level, what is that? It is this creation
The
itself.
word.
This creation itself, it is again a upadhi. Again a upadhi. In the sense, it is also bound by these limitations of object, time, and space. We think this world is goal. It's a round thing. It's a globe. And it is bound by time. It had a beginning and it will have an end. And it is bound by space. This is the length and breadth and width, whatever it is, depth. So this samashti level also, there is this upadhi. Okay. So at VST level, individual level, we studied about through two upadhis. What were they? Or what are they?
Tula and Sukshma Sharira.
One is Stula Sariram, physical body or gross body. And another is
Sukshma.
Sukshma Sariram or subtle body. Stula Sariram is what?
Your
Bhoga
Ayatam.
Ayatanam.
Ayatanam. Bhoga Ayatanam. It is a residence. It's a residence. It's home to experience Sukham and Dukham because of the karma that we have done. And what is subtle body? Sukshma Shariram. What is
Bhoga Sadhanam.
Bhoga Sadhanam. One is Bhoga Ayatanam and excellent Bhoga Sadhanam. An instrument for experiencing the Sukham and Dukham. So one is like an office, Bhoga Ayatanam, that is Tula Shariram, and one is like the communication facilities that we have inside the office, like mobile phone, internet connections, etc., etc., through which we communicate to the outside world. So now we are going to see what is the third Upadhi. Karana
Karana Shariram.
Shariram or causal body. Okay. Please unmute. We will chant the 14th. Anadya Vidya Nirvacha. Karanopadiruchyate. Upaditrayadaryanma. Atmanam avadarayet. So anadya avidya nirvachya karano pa diruchyate. Upadi trayadanyam atmanam
Avadharayet.
avadarayet. That is how it should be chanted. Okay. So ignorance, avidya, is beginningless and inexplicable. It is said to form the causal body. Other than these three conditioning bodies, we should understand the self to be what? We will discuss that. So, beginningless and inexplicable. What are the two words we studied in Atma Bodha, which is mentioned here also? Sanskrit words.
Anirvacha Avidya.
Vacha is what? Inexplicable. We cannot explain it. To some extent, we can explain. Otherwise, we cannot. It is not possible to explain avidya. And it is anadi, beginningless.
Beginningless.
So two words we should always remember. One is anadi and another is nirvachyam. Anirvachyam. We cannot explain. Why we cannot explain? You ask question about it, you cannot explain beyond certain words. In science also, this ignorance cannot be explained. What existed before the creation? What existed before the Big Bang? If you ask them, they'll say, no information state. Something was there, from that it exploded and became a creation, Big Bang. There was a Big Bang. What was that Big Bang before that? That is called no information state. In English also, in science also, they say no information state means what? It is inexplicable. We cannot explain that. There is no, something was there, but one cannot describe that. Okay. And from when that was existing, from where this Big Bang happened, science, that also nobody has answer. When it all began, there is no adi, anadi. So that is why it is called beginningless and inexplicable. So this avidya, ignorance, in science they call it no information state, has no beginning, and it is very difficult to define. So that is why it is called anirvachyam, inexplicable. And it is also called what? The third upadhi, karana shariram, causal body. So any doubt so far? We have made a quick revision. I ask you questions, you don't have to hesitate. You can tell as per your understanding. These are the basic things. You should be very, 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 very clear. So before proceeding to Bhagavad Gita and Upanishad study, etc., the fundamentals should be absolutely clear. Like a square plus b square is equal to what? That should be very clear when you go into advanced mathematics. Okay. So there is nothing wrong in revising and nothing wrong in replying. If you are giving a wrong answer, absolutely no issue, we will correct it. Nobody is going to laugh at you or say that what is this. Okay. So this is called causal body, karana shariram, avidya, ignorance. Okay. So every
So-
living, yes.
So it is Anadi, but it is not Ananta. That's how I understand Karan Shariram,
Yes,
because of
that
at
is there.
Pralayam it will be
Yes,
dissolved.
yes. It is not Ananta, it is only beginningless. One day it will end, then only we can get moksha. It is possible that it will end. Okay. Only
So if
Atma is.
something ends, then should it also not have a beginning? It's just a little.
No, that all little advanced level discussions. Now we will not discuss. Okay. When you go ahead in future, we will also study that Maya is as equivalent to the reality. It is also beginningless. It is also endless. That will come later, not at this stage.
Okay.
You will get confused. Okay. So we all have, every living body has three forms. Shariram. What are they? Sthula Shariram, Sukshma Shariram, and Karana Shariram. Gross body, subtle body, and causal body. So the gross body and subtle body, Sthula Shariram and Sukshma Shariram, are products of what? Avidya. They are produced, they are caused because of avidya. And therefore avidya is called causal body, Karana Sharira. So now we are certain that Atma is none of these three bodies. It is neither gross body, nor subtle body, or not causal body. It is the witness to the three bodies. And it should never be identified with these three bodies. Because of ignorance, we identify ourselves with gross body, subtle body, etc. Atma is, we know, Swayam Prakashite, self-luminous consciousness. Okay, it illuminates the activities of the gross and subtle bodies. Okay, but it is only a light that provides the activities, and it is not associated with these bodies. But because of ignorance, we think and attribute all the qualities of the three sharirams to Atma.
मैं तेरे को करती हूँ आधे घंटे में.
Atma is like a light. We go and see a drama, you know, those days drama used to happen. Light is there. Before the drama begins, the light is there. During the drama, light is there. And after the drama, light is still there. It only facilitates so that everybody can see. But it does not participate in the activities. It is totally detached from the activities. Like sunlight. In the presence of sunlight, what all we do? We do everything. We cultivate, we see, we dry our clothes. We do hundreds and hundreds of things. But sun shines everywhere, not only on this planet. It shines on every planet. The entire solar system is illumined by that. But it does not participate in any of the activities. When we produce solar energy from the sun, you cannot say sun made it possible. Sun produced the energy. We produced the energy by using the sun. Sun is just shining. It provides heat and it provides light. It is detached from all the activities. Okay, similarly, Atma is also detached from all the bodies. We do everything. this gross body, subtle body, they all do everything. But unfortunately, because of ignorance, we attach ourselves to the Atma. We think Atma is doing all these things. Whereas Atma is not doing anything. Atma is just a light consciousness. It is present. In its presence, all the activities go on. So, any doubt on this? Clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Karana Sharira Upadhi Avidya or Moola Vidya. It is called Moola Vidya. Okay. Avidya is also called Moola Avidya, also called Maya. Okay. When somebody asks what is Moola Avidya, it is nothing but Maya, Avidya. And it is responsible for the projection of Stula and Sukshma Shariram. What is that Shakti? Maya has got two Shaktis, powers. What are that?
Vikshepa Shakti and Avaran Shakti.
Good. Avarana Shakti is the veiling power, the covering. Vikshepa Shakti is the
Projection.
projecting power, projection. So, this Moola Vidya or Maya is responsible for the projection of Stula and Sukshma Sariram. Karana Shariram is Moola Avidya, otherwise called Maya, which has got Vikshepa Shakti and also Avarana Shakti. Why we say that? We will explain. The Avidya, Maya, it is responsible for the projected gross body and subtle body. With its power, Vikshepa Shakti. Since it is the cause for other two bodies, this is also called Upadharana Karanam. Upadana Karanam. Avidya is Upadana Karanam for what? Stula and Sukshma Shariram. That is why this Moola Vidya is called Karana Shariram. In other words, Moola Vidya means Stula Sukshma Shariram in seed form. That is Karana Shariram. It exists. Like in a seed, mango tree is there. It exists.
Yeah.
We cannot see it is in what form? Potential form. In a small seed of lemon, in a small seed of orange, in a small seed of mango, okay, you cannot see the tree, the branches, the fruits, the leaves, but it is there. In what form? Bija avastha, in seed form. Okay, clear? So this Karana Shariram is the seed for what? Sukshma and Stula Shariram. It is in Bija avastha, seed form. It is clear?
Yes.
Okay. So now we should not confuse this between Satyam and Mithya. Because that Satyam and Mithya also we call ignorance. Understanding Satyam as Mithya and Mithya as Satyam is also ignorance, isn't it? There are two types of ignorance. That is also we call avidya. So that ignorance which is in the mind and which is caused by Avarana Shakti, that veiling power. And what is the other ignorance? Avidya is the Bija Avastha, seed state of the mind. It is the very cause of the mind, and that is called Moola Avidya. So the mind in our Jagrat Avastha, wakeful state, has got ignorance. So this ignorance is in what form? We cannot discriminate between Satyam and Mithya, indiscrimination. This ignorance is called Thula Vidya. Thula Vidya. Okay. This Thula Vidya is Avarana Shakti, veiling power. Okay. What is that veiling power? Unable to discriminate between what?
Satchat.
Satyam and Mithya. So we remove that by our discriminating power Viveka, that Thula Vidya. Mind continues. We have removed the difference between, we have discriminated between Satyam and Mithya. Okay. Still the mind is there. And that mind, when it goes to sleep, okay, when the mind goes to sleep, what happens? It resolves the Moola Vidya. So, even for a Jnani, in a Jnani, the Moola Vidya, Karana Shariram continues. Because during sleep, what happens? Everything is resolved. Deep sleep, everything is resolved. Okay. If there is no Karana Shariram, if there is no Moola Vidya, even a Jnani cannot sleep. Isn't it? A Jnani also sleeps means what? Karana Shariram continues to exist. Whereas that avidya is gone. Which avidya? The confusion between Satyam and Mithya. That is gone. Okay. But something else continues. That is this projecting power, Avarana Shakti. Okay. That veiling power is gone. But this projecting Shakti power continues. Okay. So in Vedanta, first what we try to resolve? We try to resolve that Thula Vidya, that ignores the confusion between the difference between Satyam and Mithya. Is it clear or confusing?
No, it's clear.
It's clear.
Clear. Very good. So, Avarana Shakti is removed for a Jnani. In the Jnani's mind, there is no Avarana Shakti. That is removed. He or she has removed. Okay. So in the wakeful state, in Jagrata Avastha, there is no confusion between Atma and Anatma. The Jnani is very clear. What is Atma and what is Anatma? In the which state? Jagrata Avastha. Jagrata Avastha. So once this Avarana Shakti is removed, okay, then this Moola Vidya becomes powerless, like a cobra without the fang or without poison. Okay. Because Avarana Shakti is not there, that Maya becomes powerless. For a Jivan Mukta, for a Jnani, Karana Shariram does not have this Avarana Shakti. So it becomes harmless. In the wakeful state, he or she is not disturbed by anything because they have a clear idea between Atma and Anatma.
Acharya, one question on that.
Yes.
Like, for a Jivan Mukta, so like this Avarana, that layer is getting removed. So
Yes.
does that means like it is basically a change in thought process or just the way they are seeing things? I mean, physical seeing. What I meant to say is like
In the thought process, the jnani is not going to change. His height is not going to change. His weight is not going to change. He will be as he is or as she is. But only the attitude, the mind has changed. He has become an enlightened soul. Because there is a clear idea between Atma and Anatma. I told you one small example. One monk was asked, so Swamiji or Sadhu or monk, before enlightenment, what you were doing? He said, I was cutting woods and I was fetching water for the ashram. So, what are you doing after enlightenment? Cutting woods and fetching water for the ashram. Has anything changed? At Vyavaharika level, at transaction level, nothing has changed. He or she is as it is. He or she is same. But the outlook, the attitude, the understanding, they have become different.
thanks.
Clear?
Yes, thank you.
So for a jnani also, Karana Shariram exists, but it does not contain Avarana Shakti. So it becomes harmless. The jnani, Jivan Mukta, will also sleep during the night time, sleeping time. But what is there? Identification of Karana Shariram is not there. The jnani will never say, I slept, I sleep, I dreamt, I woke up. Okay? It all belongs to what? They all belong to Karana, Sukshma and Shula Shariram. Okay? The jnani will never identify with these bodies because these are all false. They are not Satyam, they are only Midya. Mithya. So now a question may arise, when this Mula Avidya will get over for a jnani? It will continue as long as the prarabdha is there. Okay. So during this Jivan Mukti stage, they are all falsified. They are not identified with. And during Videha Mukti, when the body drops after the prarabdha, they are all destroyed. So for a jnani, for a Jivan Mukta, Mula Vidya continues, but it is not identified, it is falsified. Okay. Mind will, because mind is there, Prakriti is there still, Prarabdha continues, body will be there, Prakriti will be there, mind also will be there, and Stula Shariram also will be there. They all continues because of this Mula Vidya or Maya. But even though they all continue, the jnani does not have this Stula Vidya, which is in the form of indiscrimination. There is a clear-cut discrimination that what is Atma and what is Anatma. And therefore, the third Upadhi, Avidya, otherwise called Maya, otherwise called Prakriti, otherwise called Ajnanam. So when did this Ajnanam, Prakriti, Maya or Avidya start? Third Upadhi, it is
Anadi.
beginningless. Whereas the Sula, Sukshma Shariram have got a beginning. The Srishti begins, Sula Shariram and Sukshma Shariram, they all come into existence, beginning. And during Pralayam, they gross body and the subtle body, they get resolved. So they begin with the creation and end with the pralayam. Karana Shariram, it does fall within creation. Because Karana Shariram is the very cause of creation, like a seed. The tree falls and becomes a seed, but seed continues and it becomes the cause for the next tree. It is the very cause of creation. What does that mean? Karana Shariram will be there even during Pralayam. They will exist in what form?
Seed form.
Seed
Bija.
form. Potential form. Bijas avastha. Okay. And it is because of that reason the next srishti comes, the creation comes. Because of that seed, next tree comes. Otherwise, next tree cannot come.
Yeah,
So if Karana Sarira also goes, then the creation cannot begin again. Next creation cannot start.
Acharya, one more question. Like, say, when it comes to the Karna, Sharira, and when this rule applicable, does this rule applicable to microorganisms as well,
Everything.
or everything, for
Everything.
for
All the living creatures.
Okay.
All the living beings.
But one style of teaching, it was said like this microorganisms only prana exists. They don't have the karma body. Like all the three bodies are not there, just prana. Just like
It is there during this, but during after Pralayam,
Mhm.
the Karana Shariram exists. Then only the next creation comes. They all take another form. So they may not have all the three bodies, all the 17 elements that we have. Okay.
Mhm.
For example, Sukshma Shariram, we have got 17
Correct.
elements,
Yeah.
but not all the creatures have that. So they depend upon the types, the categories.
Okay.
So this Karana Shariram is also an Upadhi for the Atma. This is the third Upadhi. That is why it is called. Why it is called Upadhi? Because it is again identified. The Karana Shariram is identified by me. Karana Shariram happens to be in a passive state. Okay.
Mhm.
In Sushupti Avastha, what happened? It is in the Karana Avastha. What do we say? We should say that Karana Shariram was passive during Pralayam. Instead, what do we say? I slept well.
Mhm.
I was completely relaxed. Isn't it? We identify again the like Stula and Sukshma Shariram, we also identify with what? Karana. I slept like a log or I slept like a child. I did not know what happened, but I slept peacefully for so many hours.
Yeah, actually, since you mentioned about Sushupti, like when it comes to Patanjali Yoga, Sushupti is still considered as a thought. But when it comes to Vedanta, it is not.
It is not. There is a minor difference, but that can be resolved if you study in depth about Sushupti Avastha.
Mhm.
Yeah, that is also a thought. Because when you get up from the deep sleep, you say, I slept well. So some thought was there embedded. That is why you are able to recall that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Somebody was aware. Something made you to aware that thought is there. It's a beautiful explanation. I teach this also. Yoga Sutra also. Sometimes when we study, we will discuss it in detail. So
Okay.
that is also a thought. He said, so it is one of the vrittis. The vritti, that time you may not be aware, but when you wake up, that vritti comes. Something makes you to say that I slept well. What makes you to say that I slept well? So there was a vritti, even though
Mhm.
we say that I was totally not aware what had happened. But Patanjali argues that that is also one of the
Thought.
Panchavrittaya, five vrittis. Oh, that is a beautiful thing. But let us not discuss here because others may get confused.
Oh, thanks.
So there should be a clear-cut understanding between Patanjali Yoga Sutra and Vedanta. In many ways they differ, and in several ways they agree also. So when we study in depth, in detail, Vedanta and this Yoga Shastram, it is beautiful. Very impressed, very impressive. But one should have a very clear-cut distinction between this, because both are different. One is Advaitam and another is Dvaitam. Okay.
Yeah.
So that is a totally different subject, but it is a good question and good thought that came to your mind. So Karana Shariram, we say that I was in deep sleep. So again, we identify. The attribute is the inactivity during the sleep. Sushupti Avasa is attributed to Atma. That is why we call Karana Shariram is also a Upadhi. I hope so far clear. Little detailed discussion we had. Clear, huh? Good. So Jnani also says, I was inactive. Okay. And when Ajnani says, what is the difference when Jnani says, I am Akarta, I was inactive, and Jnani says, there is a difference. Please keep your mic off. So when an ignorant person says, I was inactive, it is borrowed from Karana Shariram. And when a Jnani says, he was inactive, it is his Swarupam. Okay. That difference we should know. Because that inactiveness, akritvam. Kritva means doing. Akritva means inactive. When he says, Ajnani, I am akrita, it is borrowed from where? Karana Shariram. It is a temporary, only during that time of sleep. The moment that Ajnani wakes up, what happened? Akritvam, that inactivity also goes away and he becomes active, karta. Okay. So when this inactivity is temporary, it is borrowed from where? Karana Shariram. But when the akritvam, inactiveness is permanent, it is one's swarupam. That is the difference between Atmi, Ajnani and a Jnani. So when we identify with this Karana Shariram, then that Sushupti also becomes one becomes a Bhokta during the Sushupti Avastha also. For Ajnani, there is no identification, there is identification with the Karana Shariram. For Jnani, there is no identification with the Karana Shariram also. Like Sthula and Shukshma Shariram, Jnani does not associate himself or herself with the Karana Shariram. Because once we associate, then one becomes a Bhokta, enjoyer. So, what is Atma? Atma is different from all these three upadhis. Okay. So, to remove the confusion of Avarana Shakti, we have to remove the Avarana Shakti to remove this confusion. Okay. We need not do anything about Vikshepa Shakti. For the time being, let it be there. Let Karana Shariram be there. Okay. Because we have to sleep every day, isn't it? Without Karana Shariram, we cannot be any sleep. So having Karana Shariram is not harmful. When we wake up from Karana Shariram, what will come? First, Sukshma Shariram comes, then Stula Shariram also comes. Okay. First, what wakes up? It wakes up, mind is woken first. Then you are aware of your body. So, Maya projects the world because of the Vikshepa Shakti. So, let it be there. Let there be Stula Sariram, Sukshma Sariram. And let there be activities at the level of Stula and Sukshma Sariram. Vikshepa Shakti is not harmful. What is harmful is that Avarana Shakti. Why? Because we attribute the reality to what? To the Upadhi. When Avarana Shakti is destroyed, removed, we will know that all these three Sharirams are Mithya. And what we are? This Atma is Satyam. And it is different from all these three Upadhis, three Sharirams, Stula, Sukshma and Karana Shariram. So, when we take the example of a crystal and a dirty object, okay? If we keep the dirty object near the crystal, what happens? Crystal appears to be dirty, okay? Because it is intimately associated with it. So, when we remove that, then what happens? Crystal becomes clear. So, Atma and body are intimately associated. Okay. We have to understand that we need not separate the Atma from that Anatma. Okay. Because we know that crystal is clear and what that dirty object is different. Separation happens at the what level? Antakarana level. Okay. Mental purity level. Once you understand that crystal is not dirty, it is the object kept nearby is dirty. Then it does not make any difference. You need not even separate that. The understanding is at what level? Antakarana level. That is the explanation of this verse. A little detailed explanation was given. I hope it is clear to you.
Yes.
Okay. Let us go to the 15th verse. Anybody else? Any question? Okay. Please unmute. Panchakoshadiyogena
योगेन
tattanmaya stitah
सप्तन्मय इव स्थितः
शुद्धात्मा नीलवस्त्रादि
शुद्धात्मा नीलवस्त्रादि
योगेन स्फटिको यथा.
योगेन स्फटिको यथा
Because of its closeness with the five sheets, Panchakosha, appearing to be identical with them, with the pure self, just like a proximity of blue cloth, a clear crystal also appears to be blue. So, if you cover or if you place a blue cloth near a crystal, a pure colorless crystal, then crystal looks like what? A blue crystal. You keep a red cloth near that, then the crystal appears to be red. Any color you keep, okay? Because of the close association, that pure colorless crystal becomes like the object. It shines like the object kept nearby. In the same manner, similarly, because of the union with the five koshas, the pure Atma appears to have borrowed their qualities upon itself. Atma is pure, colorless, clear like what? Crystal. But because of the close association of these five sheath what? Panchakosha, what are they? It is nothing but three shariram. Shariratrayam. They are also called Panchakosha. Okay, Atma Bodha. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Annamaya kosha, pranamaya
Ah,
kosha,
that
namamaya
Panchakosha is
kosha.
nothing but what? It is nothing but Sariratrayam only, named differently. Okay.
Mm, mm.
So five koshas are, you said rightly, Annamaya kosha, Pranamaya kosha, Manomaya kosha, Vijnanamaya kosha, and
Anandamaya.
Anandamaya.
Anandamaya kosha.
Okay. These are the details we studied in Tattva Bodha. They are all given in Taittiriya Upanishad in detail. Okay. So Annamaya kosha is the physical body. Okay. It is nothing but physical body. And Pranamaya kosha, that has five pranas. Okay. That gives life into this physical body. Okay. Pancha prana it is there. And it gives, what are the Pancha pranas?
Mm.
Prana,
Apana, Vyana,
Udana, Dhyana,
Udana,
Prana,
प्राणः उदानः समान
Prana, Apana, Samaya, Udana, Samana, Udana, and
Vyana.
Yana. The
Vyana.
Pancha prana that breathes life into this Annamaya kosha, physical body. Manomaya kosha is responsible for what? Like the feelings, happiness and sorrow, pain and pleasure, etc. It controls our mind. Okay. Then Vijnanamaya kosha is our
intellect,
Intellect.
intellect.
intellect and ego.
Okay. These are all called, these three called, they constitute the Sukshma Shariram. Annamaya kosha is the Stula
Stula
Shariram.
Sthula sharira.
Pranamaya kosha, Manomaya kosha, and Vijnanamaya kosha, they constitute the
Sukshma.
Sukshma Shariram. Anandamaya kosha, that belongs to
Karana.
Karana
Karana.
Shariram. And that controls our emotions like, it is not real Ananda. Okay. The real Ananda belongs to Atma, but it gives that Ananda during the Sushupti Avastha. Okay. So this Panchakosha is nothing but Shariratrayam only, named differently according to the function. Okay. So Stula Shariram is nothing but Annamaya Kosha. Sukshma Shariram is nothing but
Kosha, Vijnanamaya kosha.
Pranamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, and Vijnanamaya.
ज्ञानमय कोश
And Karna Shariram is nothing but Anandamaya Kosha. Okay. So things are same, but division is from another different perspective, different angle according to the function. Okay. So Stula Shariram is gross. It is Stula. Sukshma Shariram is relatively subtle. Sukshma. Karanam Sharir is more subtle. It is the subtlest. So gross Upadhi, subtle Upadhi, and subtlest Upadhi. So this division is not based on the gross or subtle nature. It is based on the functions. Okay. So with this, we'll stop here and we will continue in the next class because we are going to discuss the functions of these Panchakoshas. Annamaya Kosha, Pranamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, Vijnanamaya Kosha, and Anandamaya Kosha. For example, what is the function of job of Annamaya Kosha?
So
Eat.
Construction of the body.
To eat. Anna rasenaiva bhutva. No, it is made up of food. We eat food and the nutrition is absorbed and keep the stula shariram nourished. Okay. And pranamaya kosha, it is a physiological system. Prana, pana, vida, samana, udana, vyana. Fivefold physiological function. One is prana, respiration, inhalation and exhalation. And apana is responsible for what? For excretion. Remove the waste. And vyana is responsible for what?
circulation.
Circulation. And udana, samana is responsible for digestion. And udana is responsible for that
The
reversal system. Reversal system. If something goes inside, foreign, it is thrown out. Okay. And there is also a special function.
or when the body leaves the
Yes. When
path.
the physical body drops, that Sukshma Shariram is ejected from the Stula Shariram, and that prana is responsible. Which prana?
Uda.
Udana. Okay.
Devadatta?
Oh, Dhananjay, there are five minor pranas. We will not discuss now. Okay. Minor pranas, upapranas. So third function of Manomaya Kosha is what? That function of Manomaya is emotional function, feeling the pain and pleasure, happiness and sorrow, etc. The function of Vijnanamaya Kosha is thinking, logic,
Decision making.
judgment, yes, decision making. Anandamaya Kosha is what?
Bliss.
Happiness, to sleep happily. So now we know that Annamaya Kosha is corresponding to Stula Shariram. Prana, Mayo and Vijnanamaya correspond to Sukshma Shariram. And Anandamaya Kosha corresponds to Karana Shariram. So earlier, these upadhis we divided into three categories: Stula, Sukshma and Karana Shariram. Okay. Now we have divided into Panchakosha Upadhi. Okay. So further discussion we will do it in the next class. Any doubts so far? I hope it is not very deep or complicated. I tried to keep it as simple as possible, but we have to go through all these things to make the concepts clear. Any questions? Okay. There are no questions. I'll say the prayers and close. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhavantu Bhave Atato Ma Satgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityunma Asamgamaya Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevashishyate Om Shanti Shanti Hari
Hari
Om.
Om.
Shri
Shri
Guru
Guru
Namaha.
Hari
Hari
Om.
Om
Om
Tat Sat.
Om.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Pranam
Acharya.
Nanda.
Thank you,
Thank you, Nanda
Acharya.
Gopalji.